Temperatures, I mean, we just see a little bit of everything. Each reporter we go to, we're getting something different.
Yeah, and that's really what the story's been across North Georgia and what the story's been for this entire winter weather system. It's bringing a wide range of wintry precipitation, from snow to sleet to freezing rain to even just a cold rainfall. This is a large system that spans a good chunk of the continental U.S., from Texas to Oklahoma, all the way up through the Midwest into the Northeast, where massive snowfall is expected into today. For us, we've been tracking mainly sleet, freezing rain, and cold rainfall, although we've had a little bit of snow show up on the radar as well. With this winter storm working its way across the country, we've got winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, and ice storm warnings that remain in effect. In our neck of the woods, we're most concerned about that ice accumulation, so an ice storm warning remains in effect through tomorrow morning. And these spots highlighted by that ice storm warning, that's where the ice accumulation is expected to be a little bit more impactful. We're talking up to a quarter to maybe even a half inch for some, and we've already seen ice totals close to that for some spots up into far northeastern Georgia. Now, the further southwest you go, the less the impact is. The National Weather Service does still have some counties in this winter weather advisory. So far, we have not seen any wintry weather down that way. It's been just a cold rainfall. And as we go throughout the day, we're actually watching for the progression of a little bit more warmth to start working in. But because of the variability of our temperatures across the state and the fact that in scenarios like this, even a couple degree difference in temperature can make a huge impact to what ends up falling, what ends up freezing, we're seeing differing views across the state. So this is our view right now in Athens, where you can see a buildup of kind of that wintry mix of ice, sleet, and snow on the ground. Meanwhile, through Atlanta, mainly just a cold rain with some icy, slick spots possible. Throughout the next couple hours, we will continue to track some showers, but things have really slowed down. Just 2-3 hours ago, we were watching widespread freezing rain, sleet, and rainfall across North Georgia. While that is still the case up into far North Georgia, a little bit of drier air has worked in and allowed for slightly drier conditions throughout the metro and a good portion of kind of the center of North Georgia. We still have some light freezing rain and sleet showing up on the radar into portions of northern Cobb County, North Fulton County, as well as off towards the east into Gwinnett County. And then this little shower anticipating some freezing rain or just some cold rainfall moving up into the metro past the perimeter. As we go up towards the northeast, and these are locations that so far have really shouldered the brunt of a lot of the freezing rain, a lot of the wintry weather, we're getting a little bit of a break up that way as well. There is still the possibility of just kind of some light showers that are so light they don't show up on the radar, a couple sleet pellets here and there, a few flurries here and there, a couple raindrops here and there. But any of the more persistent snow, sleet, freezing rain is mainly reserved for those northern counties right now. Up towards Dahlonega, we've still got some sleet and freezing rain showing up on the radar, and then into far north Georgia, as well as up into the northwestern corner of the state. A lot of what's fallen there has just been rainfall. It's important to note as well that although we have freezing rain showing up through portions of Cobb County, Fulton County, DeKalb County, in a lot of those spots, the ground temperatures are still up near 34, 35 degrees. So while the roads are wet, while there is ice on signs, on power lines, on trees, on cars, really anything that's above the surface level, on the roads, icy spots haven't been as much of an issue so far. Temperatures have fallen a little bit just in the last couple hours. Our wedge of cold air has intensified. It pushes all that cold air down towards the southwest. So we've been getting colder, especially down into portions of Troup, Meriwether County, Thomaston at 32 degrees right now, Atlanta at 31, with 20s up towards the northeast. Notice those temperatures even warmer as we look out towards Rome, Dalton, and Blairsville. And we're going to be paying really close attention to these temperatures throughout the course of the day today. It's kind of an interesting setup. We've got an area of low pressure up towards the north. That's kind of the center point of this winter weather system, and then a cold front that's swinging down through Louisiana into Mississippi and Alabama. And the cold front is a separation between the milder air coming in from the Gulf and the much colder air behind it. At the same time, we've got the wedge, and the wedge and this cold front are kind of going to work against each other today to potentially erode the wedge and allow for some of that milder air to work in from the south. If that happens, and it looks like the likely scenario at this point, by the time our next wave of more widespread and potentially heavier rain arrives, our temperatures will likely be back up at least above freezing through the Atlanta metro. But but that may not be the case for some up into northeastern Georgia. So here's how it plays out hour by hour on our forecast track. By 9 o'clock, we're looking at pretty much what we're seeing right now. So some isolated showers of freezing rain, temperatures hovering right around freezing. As we get closer to lunchtime, notice temperatures down towards the south side and the west side of the city start to get a lot warmer in some scenarios into Troup, Meriwether counties. We're talking temperatures later today in the 40s and 50s as this line of showers and storms approaches. Because of that, a lot of this that comes through is going to be just rainfall, which gives us the opportunity to get rid of a lot of the ice that has accumulated. There will be some exceptions up into the northeastern portions of the state where we don't manage to get above freezing, and therefore this is just another round of freezing rain or sleet that moves through and kind of adds on to any ice accumulation. This will move out by this afternoon and evening, will dry out into the overnight tonight. We will also be watching that line of storms for the possibility of a stronger storm. So we've got a low end severe weather threat down towards the south through Pike, Lamar, as well as Upson counties, and then into Troup and Meriwether counties. We're in a level 1 risk, so it's a very low risk for severe weather, but it is a possibility, and it's something that we'll be watching closely. For the rest of us, a couple rumbles of thunder, some gustier winds, certainly not out of the question. Overnight tonight is when our truly cold air arrives. So by Monday morning, temperatures are down into the 20s. By Tuesday morning, we're down into the teens. Not only is this going to be cold air that we have to deal with, but that means that anything by tonight that has not evaporated, whether it be ice or rain, just kind of on the ground, is going to refreeze overnight tonight. So I know that a lot of people, especially those around Metro Atlanta, down towards the south side of the city, you might be getting out this morning or even this afternoon and thinking, oh, this isn't so bad. But any water still on the ground is going to refreeze as ice, and in a lot of spots that would be black ice tonight and into tomorrow morning. So don't completely let your guard down when it comes to that threat for ice until at least tomorrow afternoon across the metro. Temperatures are going to stay cold, though. Our overnight lows remain in the teens and the 20s with highs only in the 30s and 40s.